Hello, everyone. Welcome to English Conversation, the podcast channel. I'm Anna.
And I'm David. We're so happy you're here with us today.
This is our very first episode, and we're really excited to start this journey with you. David, I can't believe we're finally doing this.
I know, right? We've been planning this for weeks. So, welcome to all our new listeners. This podcast is for English learners who want to practice listening and speaking.
That's right. We're going to have real conversations, just like people do every day. We'll speak clearly and not too fast so you can follow along easily.
And today's topic is perfect for beginners. We're talking about meeting someone new and asking, "Where are you from?"
This is one of the first questions people ask when they meet. It's a great way to start a conversation and learn about someone.
Exactly. When you meet someone at school, at work, or even at a coffee shop, this question helps you connect with them.
So in this episode, we'll practice different ways to ask where someone is from, how to answer, and how to keep the conversation going naturally.
We'll also talk about countries, cities, and cultures. It's going to be fun and useful.
Before we start, let me tell you a little about us. David, where are you from?
Well, I'm from Chicago. That's a big city in the United States. It's in the state of Illinois, in the Midwest. How about you, Anna?
I'm originally from Toronto, Canada, but I've lived in different places. I spent 3 years in London, and now I'm here in New York.
See, that's exactly the kind of conversation we're going to practice today. It's simple, but it tells you a lot about a person.
And when you ask someone where they're from, you're showing interest in them. People usually like talking about their hometown or country.
That's true. It's a friendly question. It's not too personal, but it's more interesting than just talking about the weather.
Although talking about weather is also very common in English.
Ha, that's true. We'll save that topic for another episode.
So, listeners, as you listen today, try to repeat some of the phrases we use. Don't worry about being perfect. The important thing is to practice.
Right. You can listen while you're cooking, walking, or relaxing. Just let the English flow into your ears naturally.
And if you hear a word you don't know, that's okay. Try to understand from the context. We'll explain things as we go.
All right, Anna, are you ready to start our conversation?
Absolutely. Let's imagine we're at a coffee shop and we just met for the first time.
Perfect. Let's begin. Hi there. Is this seat taken?
No, please, sit down. It's pretty crowded in here today.
Yeah, this place is always busy on weekends. I'm David, by the way.
Nice to meet you, David. I'm Anna.
Nice to meet you too, Anna. So, do you come here often?
Sometimes. I like their coffee. The atmosphere is nice and relaxed. How about you?
This is actually my first time here. My friend recommended it. I just moved to this neighborhood last month.
Oh, really? Welcome to the area. Where did you move from?
I moved from Chicago. I got a new job here, so I decided to relocate.
Chicago, that's a great city. I visited once for a conference. The architecture is beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, Chicago has amazing buildings. I miss it sometimes, but I'm enjoying the change. What about you? Are you from around here?
Not originally. I'm from Toronto, Canada, but I've been living here for about 2 years now.
Toronto? I've always wanted to visit Canada. Is it very different from here?
In some ways, yes. Toronto is a bit quieter, I think, and definitely colder in winter.
I can imagine. Chicago winters are pretty cold too, so I know what you mean.
Okay, listeners, let's pause here for a moment. Did you notice how we started this conversation?
We began with a simple greeting and a question about the seat. That's very natural when you're in a public place.
Then we introduced ourselves with our names. I'm David, or my name is Anna. Both are correct and common.
After that, we made small talk about the coffee shop. Small talk is light conversation about simple topics.
And then I asked, where did you move from? This is a natural way to ask about someone's previous location.
You can also ask, where are you from originally, if you want to know about someone's hometown or birth country.
Right, and notice how David said, I moved from Chicago. He used the past tense because the action is finished.
But when Anna answered, she said, I'm from Toronto, present tense. This is because Toronto is still her hometown, even though she lives somewhere else now.
Good point. You can say I'm from when talking about your original home and I moved from when talking about your last location.
Let's continue our conversation and see what happens next.
So, David, what brought you to this city? You mentioned a new job?
Yes, I work in marketing. My company opened a new office here and they asked if I wanted to transfer.
That sounds exciting. A fresh start in a new place.
It is, though I'm still learning my way around. Do you have any recommendations for good restaurants or places to visit?
Oh, definitely. There's a great Italian restaurant 2 blocks from here, and there's a beautiful park nearby if you like walking or jogging.
That sounds perfect. I love exploring new places. One thing I miss about Chicago is the lakefront. We have Lake Michigan right there in the city.
Oh, I remember that. When I visited, I walked along the lake. It was gorgeous. Toronto also has a waterfront on Lake Ontario.
Really? I didn't know Toronto was on a lake too.
Yes, it's one of the Great Lakes. The waterfront has parks, restaurants, and bike paths. In summer, it's wonderful.
That sounds lovely. What else do you miss about Toronto?
Let me think. I miss my family, of course. They still live there. And I miss the food diversity. Toronto has incredible restaurants from all over the world.
This city has great food too, though, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's one reason I love living here. You can find any type of cuisine you want.
Same with Chicago. We have amazing pizza, obviously. Deep dish pizza is our specialty.
I tried it when I was there. It's so thick and filling, very different from regular pizza.
Yeah, it's more like a pie than a pizza. Some people love it, some people think it's too much.
I liked it. It was a fun experience. Toronto is known for different foods too, like poutine.
Poutine? What's that?
It's a Canadian dish, French fries with gravy and cheese curds on top. It sounds strange, but it's delicious.
That actually sounds really good. I need to try that if I ever visit Canada.
You should. Okay, let's pause again, everyone. We're talking about our hometowns and what makes them special.
This is a natural part of the conversation when you ask where someone is from. People often share things they miss or things that are unique about their home.
Notice we're using phrases like I miss and I remember. These show personal feelings and memories.
We're also comparing our cities. Toronto also has, or same with Chicago. This shows similarities.
And we're talking about food. Food is a great topic because everyone eats and every place has special dishes.
When you talk about your hometown, you can mention famous landmarks, food, weather, or activities people do there.
For example, David mentioned Lake Michigan and deep dish pizza for Chicago.
And Anna mentioned the waterfront and poutine for Toronto.
These details make the conversation interesting and help the other person learn about your culture.
Right. You're not just saying, I'm from Toronto. You're sharing what Toronto means to you.
Exactly. A master's degree in London? That must have been incredible. What did you study?
I studied international business. The program was really good, and I wanted to experience living in Europe.
That's a great reason to move. Education is one of the main reasons people relocate, right?
Definitely. Many students go abroad for university or graduate school. It's a chance to learn and experience a new culture at the same time.
I have friends who studied in other countries too. Some went to Australia, some to Germany.
Where would you like to study if you could choose anywhere?
That's a tough question. Maybe Japan. I'm interested in technology, and Japan is very advanced in that field.
Japan would be fascinating. The culture is so different from North America.
Exactly. That's what makes it interesting. So after London, you came here?
Not immediately. I went back to Toronto for a year, worked there, and then got a job offer here. So I moved again.
You're quite adventurous. Moving to different countries takes courage.
Thank you. It's not always easy, but I enjoy it. Each place teaches you something new.
I agree. Even moving from Chicago to here has been a learning experience for me.
What's been the biggest adjustment for you?
Probably the pace. This city feels faster, more intense. Chicago is busy too, but there's a different energy here.
I know what you mean. When I first arrived, I felt the same way, but you get used to it.
I'm sure I will. Let's pause here, listeners. We're now talking about reasons why people move.
Common reasons include education, like studying at a university in another country.
Work is another big reason. People move for new jobs or career opportunities.
Some people move to be with family or for a relationship.
Others move for adventure or to experience a different culture.
And some people move because of difficult situations in their home country, looking for safety or better opportunities.
When you ask someone why they moved, you can say, "What brought you here?" or "What took you to London?"
These are polite, friendly ways to ask. You're showing interest without being too direct.
Notice Anna said, "I was studying," past continuous tense. This describes an action that was happening over a period of time in the past.
And Anna said, I have friends who studied, present perfect tense. This connects the past to the present.
Don't worry too much about grammar right now. Just listen and notice how we use. So, David, if someone asked you to describe Chicago in 3 words, what would you say?
Ooh, that's challenging. Let me think. I'd say windy, diverse, and vibrant.
Windy. That's why they call it the Windy City, right?
Exactly. Though actually, the nickname isn't just about the weather. It's also about the city's history and politics. But yes, it can be very windy, especially near the lake.
I like your other words too, diverse and vibrant. Can you explain what you mean?
Sure. Diverse means Chicago has people from many different backgrounds and cultures. You can hear dozens of languages spoken there.
That's wonderful. It makes a city more interesting.
Definitely. And vibrant means it's full of life and energy. There's always something happening. Festivals, concerts, sports events, art exhibitions.
It sounds like a great place to live. Now I want to visit again.
You should. Okay, now it's your turn. How would you describe Toronto in 3 words?
Let me see. I'd say multicultural, clean, and friendly.
Multicultural is similar to diverse, right?
Yes, very similar. Toronto has people from all over the world. In fact, more than half of Toronto's population was born outside Canada.
Wow, that's amazing. That's even more diverse than Chicago.
It really is. You can find neighborhoods with different cultures: Chinatown, Little Italy, Greek Town, and many others.
And you said clean? Is Toronto very clean?
Compared to many big cities, yes. Canadians generally take good care of public spaces. The streets are usually clean, and there are lots of parks.
That's nice. Big cities can sometimes have problems with trash and pollution.
True. Toronto isn't perfect, but it's pretty good. And friendly. Canadians have a reputation for being polite and friendly.
I've heard that. The stereotype is that Canadians are very nice and always say sorry.
That stereotype is actually kind of true. We do say sorry a lot, even when it's not our fault.
That's funny. All right, listeners, let's talk about what we just did.
We described our cities using adjectives, describing words. This helps people understand what a place is like.
Some useful adjectives for cities are big, small, crowded, quiet, modern, historic, expensive, affordable, safe, dangerous, clean, dirty, beautiful, ugly.
You can also use busy, peaceful, exciting, boring, friendly, cold, hot. Well, as I mentioned, people in Toronto are generally friendly and polite. There's also a lot of cultural diversity, so people are usually open-minded and accepting of differences.
That's important in a multicultural city. People need to respect each other's backgrounds.
Exactly. Torontonians are also quite reserved compared to Americans. We're friendly, but maybe a bit more formal at first.
Interesting. What do you mean by reserved?
We might not start conversations with strangers as easily. We respect personal space. But once you get to know someone, we're very warm.
I see. That's different from Chicago. People in the Midwest are known for being outgoing and talkative.
Really? Tell me more about that.
Well, in Chicago, it's normal to chat with people in elevators, at bus stops, or in line at the store. We call it Midwest friendliness.
That's nice. I think Americans in general are more outgoing than Canadians.
Maybe, but it depends on the person, too. Not everyone fits the stereotype.
That's true. Stereotypes are generalizations. They're not true for everyone.
Right. Every city has all kinds of people, but there are some cultural tendencies.
For example, in Canada, we value politeness and modesty. Bragging or being too loud is considered rude.
In America, we tend to be more direct and expressive. We're comfortable with self-promotion.
These are cultural differences. Neither is better or worse, just different.
Exactly. When you travel or meet people from other places, it's good to be aware of these differences.
It helps you understand people better and avoid misunderstandings.
Okay, listeners, we're now discussing culture and how people behave in different places.
Culture includes things like communication style, values, customs, and social norms.
When you talk about where you're from, you might mention cultural aspects. For example, in my country, we always take off our shoes when entering a house.
Or, in my culture, family is very important. We often have big family gatherings.
These details help others understand your background and what's normal for you.
Some useful phrases are, in my country, people usually, or, where I'm from, it's common to.
You can also say, in my culture, we believe, or my people are known for.
But remember, always speak from your own experience. Don't make assumptions about everyone from your country.
Good point. You can say, in my experience, or from what I've seen.
This shows you're sharing your perspective, not claiming to speak for everyone.
All right, let's continue. Anna, what's something from Canadian culture that you think is unique?
One thing is our love for hockey. Ice hockey is huge in Canada. It's almost like a religion.
Ha, I've heard that. Kids grow up playing hockey, right?
Many do, yes. It's a big part of Canadian identity. What about American culture? What's something uniquely American?
That's a big question. America is so diverse that it's hard to pick just one thing. But I'd say our enthusiasm for holidays is pretty unique.
What do you mean?
Well, Americans really go all out for holidays. Take Halloween, for example. People decorate their houses with lights, skeletons, and pumpkins. Kids dress up in costumes and go trick-or-treating.
We celebrate Halloween in Canada too, but maybe not as intensely.
And then there's Thanksgiving. It's a huge holiday in America. Families travel across the country to be together and have a big turkey dinner.
Canada has Thanksgiving too, but it's in October, not November like in the US.
Oh, I didn't know that. Is it similar?
Yes, similar idea. It's about being grateful and spending time with family. We also eat turkey and pumpkin pie.
Nice. What about other Canadian traditions? Anything special?
Well, we celebrate Canada Day on July 1st. It's our national holiday, like your Independence Day on July 4th.
What do people do on Canada Day?
There are fireworks, parades, concerts, and barbecues. People wear red and white, the colors of the Canadian flag. Many people go to Parliament Hill in Ottawa for the big celebration.
That sounds fun. Independence Day in America is similar. Fireworks, barbecues, and lots of American flags everywhere.
I've seen pictures. It looks very patriotic.
It is. Americans are pretty patriotic in general. We like to show pride in our country.
Canadians are proud too, but maybe in a quieter way.
That fits with what you said earlier about being more reserved.
Exactly. Okay, listeners, we're talking about cultural traditions and holidays now.
This is another great topic when you're getting to know someone from a different place.
You can ask, what holidays do you celebrate? Or are there any special traditions in your country?
People usually enjoy talking about their traditions. It's a way to share their culture.
When you describe a tradition, explain what people do and why it's important.
For example, David said, families travel across the country to be together for Thanksgiving. This explains the action and shows that family is important.
You can also compare traditions. We have something similar, or that's different from my country.
Comparing helps you find connections and understand differences.
Some useful vocabulary for this topic includes celebrate, tradition, custom, holiday, festival, ceremony.
Also, decorate, gather, feast, honor, remember, commemorate.
Now, let's talk about food traditions. David, is there a special food for any American holiday?
Oh, definitely. For Thanksgiving, we have turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, and pumpkin pie. It's a huge meal.
That sounds delicious. In Canada, we have a similar Thanksgiving meal.
What about other Canadian foods? You mentioned poutine earlier. Are there other traditional dishes?
Well, there's tourtière, which is a meat pie, usually eaten around Christmas, and butter tarts. Those are sweet pastries that are very Canadian.
Butter tarts? I've never heard of those.
They're amazing, sweet, buttery, and a little gooey inside. You'd love them.
I'll have to try them sometime. You know, talking about food is making me hungry.
Me too. Should we order something?
Good idea. Hey, I just realized something. We've been talking for a while, and your English is perfect. Did you learn English in school?
Actually, English is my first language. Canada has 2 official languages, English and French. I grew up speaking English, but I learned French in school.
Oh, right. I forgot that Canada is bilingual. Do you speak French fluently?
I can have a conversation, but I'm not fluent. My French is okay, but not perfect. In Toronto, most people speak English. If I lived in Quebec, I'd need better French.
Quebec is the French-speaking province, right?
Yes, exactly. Montreal is in Quebec, and it's a bilingual city. Many people there speak both English and French fluently.
That's impressive. I only speak English. I took Spanish in high school, but I don't remember much.
That's common. It's hard to maintain a language if you don't use it regularly.
True. Do you think learning languages is important?
Definitely. It opens up so many opportunities. You can communicate with more people, understand different cultures, and it's good for your brain, too.
I agree. That's why podcasts like this are helpful. People can practice listening to English in a natural way.
Exactly. Okay, listeners, let's pause here. We just talked about languages.
When you meet someone from another country, language is often part of the conversation.
You might ask, what languages do you speak? Or is English your first language?
These are polite questions. They show you're interested in the person's background.
If English is not your first language, you can say, English is my second language, or I'm learning English.
Don't be shy about your language level. Most people appreciate the effort you're making to communicate.
You can also ask for help. Could you speak more slowly, please? Or what does that word mean?
Native speakers should be patient and helpful. Learning a language is challenging.
Some useful phrases. I'm fluent in means you speak very well. I'm conversational in means you can have basic conversations.
I'm learning means you're still studying. I understand better than I speak means listening is easier for you than speaking.
All of these are honest ways to describe your language ability.
Now, Anna, let me ask you something. When you meet someone new, Do you prefer to talk in person or online?
That's an interesting question. I think both have advantages. What about you?
I prefer meeting in person, honestly. You can read body language and facial expressions better. It feels more genuine.
I understand that. Face-to-face conversations are definitely more personal, but online communication has its benefits too.
Like what?
Well, you can connect with people from anywhere in the world. I have friends in different countries, and we stay in touch through video calls and messaging.
That's true. Technology makes the world smaller. You can have a friend in Japan and talk to them anytime.
Exactly. And for language learners, online tools are amazing. You can practice with native speakers through apps and websites.
Good point. There are language exchange programs where you can teach someone your language and learn theirs.
Yes, I've used those before. It's a great way to practice and make friends at the same time.
Do you think online friendships are as real as in-person friendships?
I think they can be. It depends on the connection. Some of my online friends I've never met in person, but we have deep conversations and support each other.
That's nice. I guess friendship is about the connection, not the medium.
Exactly. Whether you meet someone at a coffee shop or through a language app, what matters is the relationship you build.
Well said. Speaking of which, this has been a great conversation, Anna. I'm glad we met today.
Me too, David. It's been really nice talking with you.
Maybe we'll run into each other here again sometime.
I'd like that. And if you need any recommendations for the neighborhood, feel free to ask.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, listeners, our conversation at the coffee shop is ending now.
Notice how we wrapped up the conversation politely. We expressed that we enjoyed talking and we left the door open to meet again.
Ending a conversation well is just as important as starting one. You want to be friendly and polite.
Some useful phrases for ending: it was nice talking to you. I enjoyed our conversation. I hope to see you again.
You can also say take care, have a great day, or simply goodbye or bye.
If you want to stay in touch, you might exchange contact information. Can I get your number? Or are you on social media?
But that's optional. Sometimes a conversation is just a pleasant moment, and that's okay too.
Right. Not every conversation has to lead to a friendship. Sometimes it's just a nice exchange with a stranger.
And that's perfectly fine. These small interactions make life more interesting.
Absolutely. Now let's move to our final segment where we'll review everything we learned today.
So, everyone, we've reached the end of our episode.
It's been a great journey. Let's review what we covered today.
We started by talking about how to meet someone new and ask where they're from.
We learned different ways to ask this question. Where are you from? Where are you from originally? Where did you move from?
We practiced talking about our hometowns and what makes them special.
We discussed reasons why people move: education, work, family, adventure, or seeking better opportunities.
We learned how to describe cities using adjectives like diverse, vibrant, clean, friendly, busy, and peaceful.
We discussed culture and traditions, including holidays and special foods.
We discussed language learning and the importance of being open to communication.
And we explored modern ways of connecting with people both in person and online.
Throughout the episode, we tried to speak naturally and clearly so you could follow along easily.
Remember, the goal isn't to understand every single word. The goal is to get comfortable listening to English conversations.
The more you listen, the more natural it becomes. Your brain starts to recognize patterns and common phrases.
So keep practicing. Listen to this episode again if you want. Each time you listen, you'll notice something new.
You can also practice speaking. Try answering the questions we asked. Where are you from? How would you describe your hometown?
Talk to yourself in English, even if it feels silly. It helps build confidence.
And don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning.
Absolutely. Every expert was once a beginner.
So, what's next for English Conversation, the podcast?
In our next episode, we'll talk about daily routines. What do you do every day? How do you spend your time?
That's a very practical topic. We'll learn vocabulary for daily activities and practice talking about schedules.
We'll also discuss differences in daily life across cultures.
It's going to be interesting and useful.
Before we go, we want to thank you for listening to our first episode.
We're so happy you joined us today. We hope you found it helpful and enjoyable.
If you liked this episode, please share it with your friends who are learning English.
And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, let us know in the comments.
We love hearing from our listeners. Your feedback helps us make better episodes.
Remember, learning English is a journey. Be patient with yourself and celebrate your progress.
Every conversation you have, every podcast you listen to, every word you learn, it all adds up.
You're doing great, and we're here to support you.
Until next time, keep practicing and keep learning.
This is Anna,
And David.
saying goodbye from English Conversation, the podcast. Take care, everyone.
Bye.